Hello, 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 hello. Transition, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. I don't know what music I was playing, but I was ready to put something on. How's everyone doing? How's everyone? Welcome to this stream. My background's quite dark. I think it's because the light's not on. Welcome. I set up this one very quickly because I just had to Ben Martin over, and we were transferring 900 gigabytes of footage overnight, and it took a while. Hello. Welcome. Stream. So much footage from a season just past that we have filmed. And there's 900 of many gigabytes to then... It's much too loud. Alright, there we go. Some music. Working? Yes. Okay. 900 gigs, 2 days. Normally we're like a terabyte for a whole season. So that bodes interestingly that we've got 900 gigabytes for half a season. Also, I think the frame rates might be a bit funky in some spots because I think one of them filmed at 60 frames instead of like 25 or 30. I'm just going to quickly put this guy on a little bass. I've been meaning to. If that's all right. Hello, by the way, everyone. Welcome to stream. Sheer number of... Yeah, I know, right? I think the minis camera that we had was filming at a bit rate that we shouldn't have been. Like, maybe it was a bit too high or something. Are you good, camera? There we go. But, you know, we'll be fine. I also got this new mini that we bought off, like, Shapeways or something. If you have played Descent into Avernus, you might recognize the Warlord, the mad C-word himself, Ragga-Dragga. He's become like a staple in our party campaign. Because they defeated him and stole all of his cars. Except he's a bit of a cheeky guy. And they just took him with him. They're like, Ragga-Dragga, you gonna kill us in our sleep? And he's like, nah, it's alright. You can trust old Ragga. And they're like, we're not letting him sleep. We're not letting him sleep near us. And we're also not letting him out of our sight. But yes, I might have to pop off for a quick call. I'm so sorry if this person rings me as well. The thing that they can't chat prior to 4. The Mad Piggy himself, though, Ragga-Dragga. He's got like a little crown on his head. I'll paint this up one day, but today is not that day. I do want to just glue him onto the base so it is done as a resin model and you know, safely... the glue will... let me attach to the base itself at all. So I would not recommend doing what I'm doing, because that is unsafe and you will cut yourself. And I like to live my life one slip of the knife at a time by accident. Oh, that's right. Bloody soup. Oh yeah, you're stuck in there. Back of the knife. Back of the knife. Back of... Seal. Seal. Aren't you? Right. You're done. I could feel liquid in there. That's pretty done, son. Alright, I can't do that yet. Let's just get on to some painting. I probably can only paint for like an hour and a bit today because I need to leave for a game at close to 5, and then I still need to leave on time because Melbourne traffic is great. Love it. All right, wet palette. Why is everything so zoomed in? I don't remember. Oh, sorry. I'll catch up on chat as well. Pain of packing. Are you heading to New Zealand by chance? Judging by this, you have more space to bring back wetter. I have OSHA on the line. They want to talk about serious knife danger or something. Good thing I'm self-employed. The only person I'd be suing would be myself. I just went to New Zealand in March. Whereabouts are you staying? Oh, you don't have to answer this because if it's private or anything like that. We're on North Island up in Auckland in March. Are you going to the wetter side or the other wetter side? Oh, okay. I need to BRB. Sorry, fam. One sec. I will. There's a good wetter workshop there. We went to that one. All right. I will BRB for a minute. See you later. Am I quiet or I'm muted? was that the problem I was having? Was I completely muted for that whole thing that I was just doing there? Yeah, there we go. Sorry. I was trying to say the wet palette thing. Also, hello Corsairs Cove was what I was trying to say. Yeah, is my camera mic bloody got sound coming through it by accident? Who knows? Yeah, no, the slow-mo of the sponge swelling up or from my like $1 wet palette. You can have, look, check that out. Ooh, squelchy, very nice. No, it was like a work call that they got a birthday party on Sunday, and they had an email, and I just had to like confirm some stuff. Otherwise, I may not have painted enough minis for them. Oh, stop it, camera. Okay. Okay. We're back to normal. We got some time to paint. Treasure. I've got your mini again. Right here. We'll get some, we'll do some layering and some highlights today. And if we're not finished by today, we'll do another one on next Wednesday and get this done up. But what I'm going to try and do is do some layering on all the areas it needs to do. We'll brighten up all of the parts as much as we can. Anything that requires like a really fine edge highlight, we'll see how we go, and if I can't get the edge highlight nice and crisp today, I might do it off camera and do some like gallery photos, like a show off, just because sometimes the angle versus like the way you got to hold it, I need to be like right close, and it can't always get it. Other than that, paper towels down here. I need to soak up just a tad of this. I don't really want the water overlapping on the sponge. I want to have it kind of coming through, in my experience. Alright. That's a bit better. So that'll fit nicely. You could see Good Morning RPG's last outing on this same sheet of baking paper, because wet palettes last forever if you let them. Yeah, so for context as well, we're painting up the mini that Treasure won at Jasper's on the stream. They were the winner of the giveaway that I was going to paint a mini on stream for them, and they got a fully custom mini. We decided on the paint job last week, and for that stream, we were simply choosing the color schemes, and we laid down all the foundations of the base coats. Brighten up that a little bit. And yeah, this is where we ended off. This is where we ended up last week. If you would like to see it before we start, I put a little image on Instagram if you want to check the story and like a nice high resolution close up. It's doing pretty good here. But yeah, nice. We did like a Demonette hide, light desaturated purple skin. We did a very nice dark red on the kind of the corseted vest, suit, cape type thing. And then we did a simple black and brown for all of the leathery boots and the undershirt details. And then the classic, like, you know, you need a dagger. It's got to be silver. Might put some poison on that. If you would like them to actually... Is this a rogue, or would you like them to have, like, a poison blade, I guess? I should ask before I even commit to that. Sorry. Cold one in Melbourne today, by the way. It was, like, 1 degrees this morning. I think my allergies might be having a go at me for being outside earlier. Definite rogue, but no poison. Alright, no, did you want any, like, kind of shimmering or magic on the blade, or is like, the dark silver kind of highlight look okay? Much like D&D, collaborative painting today. What we got here? So we got this. God, that tail freaks me out with how fragile it looks, by the way. Just metal? All right, no problem. That's something I love doing with metal. As a side note, if you ever get around to it, or into it yourself, doing like a black contrast paint or like a really dark wash over like a gunmetal kind of color, and then highlighting it with a super bright metal looks really good. I've seen it a lot with Orky type, like Warhammer Orky looks, and it looks really good. Like it looks almost like it's super dark metal, but like the silver looks like chipping almost in a way, but it's like a sharp highlight instead. If it doesn't look like chipping, it looks like a very nice. It looks like a very nice sharp blade type look. All right, so Stormhost will be nice. That'll. We'll establish some more of those base tones with that. Got some Agrax here if we need it. What else we got? We got some red. Let's go up to the... How red do you want this, by the way? Like, how bright are we going? Are we going like a super bright? Like I can highlight with some orange bright? Or are we doing like a dark sanguinary red more? Because I'll go a different direction otherwise. Like a brownish red. Or earthy brown to it, like this kind of red. Bit like a little bit more terracotta in flavor. So it'll like, you know, this is the main triad of like your main red, so it'll mostly look like this red. If we go this direction, that's your mid-tone. This is your shadow, this is your highlight. But the other version we can do is we go here into like a red... I'll kind of hold them all together. So you can kind of go around here as well. This will like blend with the brown a bit more. The other version I could do is I could make the boots look more of a mahogany color by highlighting with this instead. Not, I'll go earthy terracotta. Okay. Sounds good. I'll go down the neutral brown then with the brown highlights. That up a bit. And is that ash? No. Stone. Excuse me while I rummage through a box of paint. And highlight there. Okay, so with that then, that's pretty good. Like a brownish highlight on the sword. Alright, that'll be good for now. That's, you know, I've chosen like 15 paints. So. Sorry about that. Alright. Now, what do you reckon first, everyone? We could bring up the skin a little bit to start with. Or we could start right down on the... We could start right down on the base, or we could start with some of the darker details. Either way, what would we like to see first? I'm thinking maybe the skin or the red to pop a little bit more that we can work on first. I've got a myriad of small brushes that we can use, so I'm thinking the red or the skin. I'm going to reestablish some of these base coats as well that we have also shaded down. So that does mean I need to pull out my Corvus and my Leadbelcher. Let's do some skin. Yeah, let's make this bright. And even if we just work on just the skin today, if the skin looks really good by the end, job done. Okay, so... Why am I getting a cough right now? I'm inside. I'm indoors. Why am I coughing? So, Demonette Hide's going to go on first, because we did shade this down. We put a little blue in it, if we remember that, in the darkest recesses. So there is a little bit of a blue tint on the bottom side of the tail and in some of the facial details. It's very, very subtle, but it is in there. It kind of saturated the purple in that direction rather than a red direction. weird how much you pick up color theory, but just like doing the stuff a lot. Like I've never studied it. All right, let's test this on a bit of the tail first. Take a tally by the time. One sec. I'd have to go downstairs. I'll suffer for my heart. All right, so over here, camera. Yes. Now I'm just gonna do a sketching motion. I think. We just really want to reestablish the base coat we already did to brighten everything up. It should have a nice transition now between the two layers because it is literally the same base tone. And it's a little bit watered down, so it's going to be transparent. Let me know if it actually makes a difference if you can see it, because as I'm painting it, I'm really only focusing on the one area. It's hard to see the whole coming together. Oh yeah, it's starting to do it already. So like, kind of see a little bit like the top of that tail is already much brighter than the bottom now. And then just like selectively, you know, do a little bit there, side there where the sun will hit it. Do a little bit on the side here. Kind of choosing where to place them. A bit there. It's all top down you're looking for. Also, whatever silhouette direction your model is as well, you can always, you know, craft that a bit more. I mean, that's already a lot brighter. Look at that straight away. Alright, top of his head. Intentionally go a little bit brighter on the top of the head as well, like when we are laying a lot of this out, because you want that face to be a focal point. So I'm going to intentionally make it a fair bit brighter. Go away keyboard, which means go away wet palette. It's just it eyes are is. His cheekbone, he's kind of got a raised cheekbone. You kind of go down. Alright, so face is already with the shadows we've already established. Getting a bit of, you know, getting a little bit more the way of. So back here, you can kind of see the lines on his face are already a lot like on the camera. We couldn't see that before, right? We couldn't see the eyebrows, the face, and that, and now we're getting a good read on all of that. It's gonna do a little bit more in the head here. Nice. Oh. Oh, chat. Okay. I have a question for you. And this also goes out to creators. Part of what I was meeting up with Ben today was to transfer footage. And also, we were talking about our Patreon. Now, we have a Patreon for Split the Party. This is not an ad for Patreon for Split the Party. This is we want to rework it situation. We're feeling like we want to change things up in that department. We're, the original show preamble that is on there, we're currently recording more and putting that out. In terms of the amount of content we're on there, we're okay with right now for where it's at. But we're kind of thinking like, okay, what do we want to see on the Patreon? And what do other people want to see? We're kind of asking ourselves, like, what do you expect to get for each tier kind of thing? And we're thinking of adding some more tiers at the lower levels and a couple at the vanity levels. Like, you wouldn't necessarily get a thing, and it's more of like a joke tier, don't subscribe to it type thing. And it'd be like the highest tier. A joke we had is, we'll tell you the true, like, once a month, we'll tell you the true meaning of what Sorpo means, if you like that joke. Or there's a long, long running gag from season 1 of our show where we just say the word water horse. And it's like on one of my shirts, my DM shirts, and nobody knows what it means. So it's like, the gag tier would be like, we were thinking like, tell you the meaning of what those are. And you may or may not be happy with the answer. So like, not like specifically in exchange, but it got us thinking, like, at the lower tiers and all of that is, like, there's, like, maybe, like, a thank you tier or something like that. But I guess my question to you in all of this is, if you were to see the Patreon and want to support through that means instead of a Twitch, or however people, if you are supporting us, do like supporting us, or if not, like, what Patreons do you support and what are you happy getting out of them? And what would you like to see them do better, or that we could do in a similar vein? Because we want to revamp the whole thing soon with a certain chapter that's coming out, and give people new options, basically. Or different, like, similar options in a new space, you know? What would be something that you would like to do at whatever? Like, what would be something that you do on a current one, or that you would be happy doing for something on ours, and what would you like out of that? I mean, effectively, that's, we basically spend like 2 hours just going like, here's all the ideas on the wall. If we were to hit these milestones, we would love to do this kind of show, or like a stream once a month with patrons and things like that. And then we're going to take all those and go like, what is feasible? But I feel like we'd be remiss to go like literally asking everyone in the chat, or like anyone who does watch us, going like, what would be something you would want to see on there? Or what would be enticing on there? Like, ranging from just a support tier to actively getting something back. Like, there is talk of merch like a merch that will only exist for the month or two that you subscribe to that Patreon. And if you were to keep subscribing to that tier, you would get X thing, and then we might make a set of them that releases over the course of the year in varying different formats. That's looking pretty good, by the way. There we are. Tangible things, knees. Educational materials would probably fit with us a lot, in the way of, like, we can... News, zines, newsletter, recipes. The educational materials probably fit best in with us because we could teach you how to do things like crafting or stuff like that. Mind you, depending on what we would want to put behind a paywall, I don't know. With the group itself, it, like, right now there's a show on there which is like an audio-only show that exists on called Preamble, where we take a TTRPG concept, and it's basically like a small podcast, like a mini podcast where we'll go answer questions. I think the latest filming run that we're about to do, simply the first one is titled, "What is the most fucked spell?" And then we talk about that for 15-20 minutes. The merch thing was like an idea we really liked, like pins or embroidery things or like minis or a certain thing that may be in the chapter that we could expand upon if people like it enough. Yeah, I mean, Brendan's a writer, so zines and newsletters could be cool as well. We'd have to talk about what he would do for that, but yeah, it might be fun to do something like that. That's exactly, Treasure, that's exactly why... Oh, that would be really cool. Like some fanfic that we make. $1 to $3 level is specifically one that we will be adding. Literally just like... we were thinking of like the 1 to 3 level. It's like pretty minimal, but it's not, because I know a lot of Patreons, like ours currently starts at $5, which is not always accessible for just a thank you. So we were thinking of doing a second one where it's like a 1 to 3 level is literally just like a you don't have to think about it tier coming out of your account. Like that's the goal for it. Like if you're just getting $1 coming out, it's all right. And I know personally, that's how I like supporting stuff, which is why we were talking about that one. I support some D&D map creators the same way, because they just give you the catalog of maps, and then like after a set amount of time of the other ones, they release to the $1 tiers as well. So it's almost like timed content that becomes public after a while. Yeah, exactly. That's why I would be happy doing a tier like that. Like a $1 US is like $1 or $2 for us. And then it goes up. Yeah, see, that's awesome, Broken Lance. Also, hello, Broken Lance. Good to see ya. Yeah, and it's like, if we get to the point where we have a bunch of patrons, and then, like, I would totally go out of my way to start commissioning... I love the idea of getting some stuff animated one day, you know? And doing some, like, animatics of the show. To both put in the show and extended or something versions. Like, the other thing we were doing was, like, maybe... what was the other one? We had some like extended versions of episodes coming out. Yeah, Jimmy Blue animations. If you want to see the first thing Jimmy Blue's in, it's in our Discord. There's literally an essential viewings and lore segment that all of Jimmy's appearances have been documented. Okay, that skin is looking pretty good right now. I'm going to step it up to the next color though. Might mix some... Warp Fiend. Oh, is it Warp Fiend Gray? Should I be doing that? Yeah. This song was in our Christmas video, and I summoned it by mentioning Jimmy's name. We did fruit bowling to the song that's playing right now. And you'll know when the drop happens of, like, where we were putting the video edits. Very hyperactive. 'Cause I forgot this was a Stream Beats song. It slaps. I can attest it slaps. 1 to 2 page comic sounds fun. Extended character main story stuff would be cool too, because I know there's a whole arc of George's character being missing that we planned to film at one stage and never were able to because of I think lockdowns and stuff were happening at the time, that we really wanted to do it before Chapter 4 came out. But like literally having a run of how he got back to effectively the same plane of existence would be awesome. Depends how invested people in the show are, I guess. Like, it would be great to have the extended lore out there. I just like the story we're telling, honestly. And who's to say these things will, like, they may just happen anyway. We tend to like ideas and make them even without like direct support on them, because we just want to see it be told. Usually Patreon for us is like a method of like, all right, some tiers we can give back to the community, and other tiers it's just going to be like, just have a thank you. Because like the primary content that we want to make is definitely, we want it to be free. We want it to be like on YouTube for free, anyone can watch. And then like, you know, the extended versions of things or extensions would be there. Like, yeah. I guess it's like the question is, how much lore do we want to have behind a paywall in that sense? Live from my brain thoughts. Anyway, can you tell I've been talking business stuff today? Because I can't. I also very much believe in a, you know, if any other creator was to ask or have questions, I don't think keeping secrets is like... Patreon streams was a suggestion we had. Do you want to talk about Weta stuff? We could definitely talk about Weta stuff. I went to Weta Unleashed in Auckland in March. Patreon streams was a thing. We were thinking like a Patreon stream or a Patreon stream or a stream that is accessible to the Twitch subs as well, like mix them together because they're basically paying the same amount of time, same amount of cash. But yeah, always happy to talk shop. Always happy. Okay, so we went for Jess's birthday. Jess was going down to see... she had My Chemical Romance tickets that she's held since like 2019 or 2020. And this is a trip a long time coming, in short. We... Oh, should have done a transition layer. It's thin paint, it'll be okay. She went and saw My Chem after the tour finally happened. And it was great. And she was there with all of the other people from the same age group that really, really was passionate about My Chem. What else happened? I went to Weta. We planned a birthday present that we took it to Weta Unleashed, which is like, it's like Weta Workshop had created 3 fake, like, I say fake, they're like, they will never be a series, but they use the same production schedule to make these 3 like faux sets. and faux movie franchises that you can like walk through as if you were like walking through a proper warehouse of their stuff. And so like there's one clearly inspired by Lord of the Rings, there's one clearly inspired by like an adventure movie, there's clearly one inspired by like 80s horror. And you get to walk through all of these on like a guided tour, and it is freaking awesome. I made friends with our tour guide because he was super into Warhammer and Destiny. Who would have known I like those things? But yeah, we became friends just talking on the trip. And he was just like, oh, it's so good to talk to people with the same interests. I was like, yeah, it's good. You want to be friends? And we're trying to organize raids with him now. But Weta itself, like the tour, like even if it wasn't Lord of the Rings, it felt like Lord of the Rings because they had like the miniature scale set in there, and you walk through it. It's fantastic. Also, if you've seen that Adam Savage's Tested episode where he puts the little trees in, we were at the place he did that. Like he helped them set up a little bit, and he was like filming, and he made a tree and he put it in the set, and we got to see like where he did that. We were like, oh my god, that's what I was like, I recognize the set from somewhere. They're like, oh yeah, Adam Savage came through and did a YouTube video about it. I was like, no way, I watched that. Oh, that's so cool. What else did we do? We went to many places around Auckland and surrounds. We went for many drives. Went to like a crystal museum. We went to... Where did we go? We went on many walks, like up around the hills and like ex-volcanoes and the walking tracks. We went to a couple of the beaches and had a stroll around there. We happened upon this really cool night market near we were staying. It was like in a car park of a shopping center, but it was all like really cool street food. Really, really yum. What else did we do? Walked around the city a few times. I went and had an amazing lunch catch up with Rob Hartley. We went to like a brunchy and had just like, we just chilled out for a few hours and talked and hung out. It was great. Love Rob. Love seeing him. We were hyping each other up for PAX again. All right. God, what else did we do? We didn't go down to the Hobbiton tour thing because we were like, we don't know if we have time. We did a lot of half day stuff. We didn't really do a lot of full day stuff. Also, face detail. I'm not good at eyes, so I won't torture you with me trying to paint those, but you can see already the head's looking like nice and bright, right? That's looking pretty nice. Schmick. Pretty happy with that. The hand could use. Hi. Oh, hey, Ash. How you doing? Hydrate, but normal like. All right, where's a drink around here? Hi, Dort. I've done it. Welcome. We're currently talking about my New Zealand trip in... I forget when it was, because it felt like it wasn't very long ago. And then March, April, May, and June all happened simultaneously, and now we're here. All right. That face looks really good because you can kind of see the detail from down here. Like on camera, I can actually see separation of face structure, which means that nice and close, you're going to see it really well. That looks great. Nice and fresh, as it were. Gonna do some more on that tail. Thank you. This is for Treasure, who won the mini at Jasper's. They got to choose the color scheme too. Nice gradient going on there. Usually I'm not that good at gradients. But it's one of those days where you just vibe and it just kind of happens for you. Okay. You know what? I think I actually want to highlight the black right now because I can do the hair as well, which means, oh, am I gonna go that right? All right, I'm gonna do this very carefully because I don't want to like. Yeah, when you're really establishing that base coat again, the transparent nature of it will brighten it up nicely. And it's kind of like knowing, like, I'm starting to learn really nicely where to place the highlights, because if you're only doing it in that select area, so you go like cheek, nose, brow, mouth, and then even just like those four things start like really popping, and they're like the raised areas on your head. So, like, you look at my skin, it's brighter here and here and here, based, like, instead of, like, here, here, and then under here, and under your eyes. Like, they'll all be brighter and darker, and that's how our definition comes out. So, I've already washed the black on this, but what I want to do is just reestablish some of this because it's a bit glossy. I don't love the super glossy look to it. Mind you, it can work a little bit, but I'm just gonna go over with this. Like, we've shaded it down, so it's too watery. I don't know what you're talking about. We share no similarities whatsoever. I don't know what that comment's justified. It's not justified. It's just not. It's not who he is, you know? This man and that blue bastard, they call him, has nothing to do with me. It's completely unfounded otherwise. Not a word of it again. It's just not true. Ghost in a cup. Hello yourself. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. My hair swoops in the same direction, you think? That's it. Look, I don't, you know, maybe his hair goes like this and my hair goes like this. I can understand the fringeness of it all. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Bit of a hectic afternoon before this, but now we are here, and we've got about half an hour left that I can stick around, because I got to go to a booking pretty much straight after this. But how are you doing? How's your week so far? It's only Wednesday, and I keep forgetting that I'm streaming on a Wednesday every now and then now. Oh, Cameron the Focus. Rest of your week is hopefully free. Oh, awesome. So it's like an early weekend for you at this stage? That sounds awesome. My week is effectively beginning today. A lot of my stuff is on this weekend. What's this character I'm painting? So, okay, if you're a Magic the Gathering fan, you actually might recognize this character. I found it in a hobby store that I liked, and I bought a few of them. There's a Tiefling pack. But what Magic the Gathering character do you recognize that might be red in their skin tone instead of this? Because I think Ash might know. But yeah, if you recognize the swoopy fringe, the horns. I don't know if he has a pointed tail in Magic as well, but it's a very similar look, you know? Very, this mini, if it isn't directly this guy, because it wasn't labeled as such, it is bang on directly inspired by. I actually don't know what these ones are. I literally found them in a Melbourne hobby store in the city. So if you find a pack of tieflings, Black Sword, going good. Painting is going well. We're just saying if you can guess where this mini, what Magic the Gathering mini this looks like. There's no prize, but props to you if you know. That's all right. It's basically just a tiefling. I'm painting it up as a tiefling rogue. Treasure in the chat. It won this mini at Jasper's, a charity event that we were hosting in May, and their prize was I am painting up a mini on stream for them, and we got to choose. They got to choose the color schemes. I'm going to post it out to them when we're done. So far we've worked on base coats, and now we're doing layering and highlighting. I'm also a 40k painter. Look, here's one from earlier. Literally not today, but I slap chopped this guy a while back. I bought this for D&D. My Leviathan box is in the post as we speak. Thank you. Slap chop. Very, very good method. I love it. Okay. So, what we got here? Oh, thank you. Split the Party maybe won't have our Insta... I actually don't know how much mini paintings on the Split the Party. That's more of the TTRPG side. My personal Instagram is where I post a lot of my mini stuff, but I have a little command for that as well. Oh my god, let me type properly. There you go. If you want to follow any of my mini paintings specifically, Twitter and Instagram's where it's at. I like making conversion projects. We're doing Fabulous Marines. My god, all of the automated posts seem to fire in one go. God damn. We're doing on Fabulous Marines for... Thank you so much. We're doing Fabulous Marines this month, and I'm painting up a Destiny 2 converted Space Marine in the Gay Mail colors, and we're raising money for the Trevor Project. You can actually see that in the top left of our Fabulous Marines counter, we've actually hit the goal And there's still 9 days left in the month. We've got a whole week left, and we've already hit the goal. So, Fabulous Marines, if you're a part of that, or you're watching, good job, us. We did it. We raised the thing, and it's all for Trevor Project. So, a really good cause. All right. Well, back to D&D mix. I cheekily on my second tab over here. I do have, speaking of Warhammer, I have Auspex Tactics Tau video up. What are you bloody Oh. My light ran out of battery. 1 sec. It appears I had not left it plugged in. There we are. Okay. See a lot of mates. Are you Aussie as well? You don't have to answer that. I'm working on a custom Space Marine chapter. Do tell. I love hearing. My Tau Sept is also custom. And admittedly based off Destiny again. I'm a slut for that game. That's about all you need to know on that. I'm a Destiny slut. Self-confessed, spread the cheeks, ho for that game. You're Melbourne. I'm Melbourne. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. I apologize if we've met before as well, and I don't recognize the username. I'm very bad at that. Building the background lore, you have an Instagram. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah, heck yeah. I would love to see when you've got it going. Sorry. Make sure I'm not gonna... Make sure I'm not gonna... These streaks in the wrong direction. Hair like this is interesting to paint. It's all waves, so it's like, where do you put the highlights? All on the tips. And if I muck it up, I guess I can just literally... Mark a purple horns. Yeah, feel free. We got a Discord. Usually don't put links too often in there without a mod around, so... We've got a Discord with a self-promotion channel if you want to chuck it in there. Feel free to do that. You're more than welcome to put it in there. We've also got an artsy stuff channel where we put all of our minis, and we're doing Pride Month Marines in a separate channel. But yeah, if you... I'd love to see it. It's not a requirement to join. It's just I would love to see it. We got here. Okay, so the black is now... I don't know if you can see that because it was a very subtle change. Can you see that the black has kind of got a bit more definition now on there? So I'll move on to a next stage highlight if that's the case. Black is a weird one to do. Do it in a couple ways where you just don't highlight. You can do it in a way where you kind of do an ish highlight, but it's such a strange color in my experience. Not a color, it's a tone even. And you just kind of like build up a really dark gray to it. As long as the most of the tone is black, no, you'll be fine. All right. Wait, Eshin, where's... my mid-tone, my highlight gray. Where's me color converter? Stone is wizard gray. All right, there we go. Two thin coats doing the conversion chart. I actually don't know if we'll finish this mini today, but right now it's looking really good. We've only got 15 minutes left, and I still need to do a lot of red and brown, so I might come back and do those next time. I don't think I'll have time to do it this week, though. It might be like early next week or mid next week, same time, just because I got some commissions that I need to finish up by the weekend. That's good rotation. All right, got it. Where is this highlight going? There. There. It's one of those, like, got to be really selective with the highlight. Otherwise, you're going to make it look gray kind of components to this. That's nice. Okay. Woo! We got it. Look at that. Look at that flow. Damn it. Spoke too soon. But selective highlights and breathing are my friend right now. One of those like, hey, can you see a difference on this? Because I think I can. Does that look any good? Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. It's like one of those things where it's like, and you're doing it, you don't really notice. But yeah, it's the same. Holding it down here, you can see the texture way better as opposed to the... All right. All right. Oh. Oop. Yeah. Sure. Edge highlight.
Looks like we have a new
Oh.
follower.
Ghost, thank you.
Welcome to the cult of Yondala.
Welcome to the cult of Yondala. Chelsea welcomes you. Stick around. Have a chill. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, so a little bit of an edge highlight. You can see texture on those black details now. They're still a bit shiny, which I don't love the shininess on it, but his details have a nice amount of highlight to it. I might even clean up this cape just a tad, because I want those to be sharper. Which is a great edge highlighting tip. It's like you can be a little messy with your edge highlight. You just got to be willing to do a little bit of cleanup sometimes. Those lines will be like nice and sharp if you can like shape them. I used to be terrible at edge highlighting. I'd constantly have to like do this and clean up my lines when I made them. Oh! Ignore that, it's probably a scam. So, very sharp highlights on the... Yeah, didn't leave a voice message. I went with the whole heavy metal look with it. Yeah, that's fair. I like the heavy metal style, but it's so hard. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see it. I love seeing everyone's painting. Makes me hyped for my own. Oh, now his hair has texture. Heck yeah. I'm getting hyped off this own guy. Treasure, I'm happy. I'm keen for you to get this model. I might have to buy another one, do him again. It's just a good model. Artsy stuff's pretty good. If you can get in there. It's in the guild hall section. Welcome to the server. Feel free, public server. Ow. Owie, I banged my elbow. Public server, stick around, do whatever you want. Post more streams. We're actually live again for, this is actually a bonus stream we're doing. The regular show is 10 a.m. on Thursday mornings with myself and my American co-host Leia. Called Good Morning RPG. I'm becoming more and more happy with this. I think we'll only need one more solid... I think we'll only need one more solid painting session. What's the time? 4:26. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry brush... I'm going to dry brush your base a little bit. And we'll call the stream there. All I need is some paper towel. And this. Gonna like that. So anyone who's in the Discord. Oh, those look great, dude. Are they your ones that you've painted? That's fantastic. Damn. Good job, man. That's so good. That's crisp. You've actually used my like, you've used that Salamander's green that I really, really enjoy. And you've done the thing with the white armor. Like a brown recess shade rather than a black recess shade to give it like that dirt in the armor creases texture. That is nice. But yeah, no, these are great. Everybody, if you're in the Discord, artsy stuff, you should take a look at that. That's some good work right there. Yeah, warm white. It's like it's starting on a is it starting on a Wraithbone? Either way, that's sick. Like, you've done really well. Very, very well. Okay, so quick dry brush using the same color palette. Yeah, they look great. Very. If you wanted them. Ulthuan Grey, huh? Ah. Wait, was that your base coat? What was your primer coat, though? Like, your main bright? Agrax, Earth. Okay, yeah, I start off... So my tower, like a purple, white, gold kind of color scheme. And they start off with Ulthuan as well. Primer was grey. See, cold white. Very nice. That's good stuff, though. Really nice. I love seeing that stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just like shoving paint into recesses on rocks. Dry brushing is fun. If it looks like I'm being rough with this brush, intended. No dilation. No. No dry brush. At 29. You can see, like, if anyone's new to dry brushing or that technique, you can see, like, the rock over here isn't dry brush. This one is. It just adds like a chalky kind of rubble look to it. It's like, I don't always recommend doing it on the marines and like the models themselves, unless you want a specific look to them. But like on terrain, it's like perfect for that. Like you can already see, like from this far back. And something that I've seen people do is they do dry brushing, and then they do a wash over the top of it, and dry brush it again, and kind of do like it makes it look like there's levels of weathering in the same way. Looks awesome. So if I was to like stick some Nuln Oil or some Agrax Earthshade on top of this again, it would look even better. And then I'm going to some go over here. I think I started Dust Bowl. Alright. While I'm separated a bit. While I'm finishing off this dry brush, does anyone have any raid recommendations? Because not a lot of people I'm following are online currently. And if they are online, my window has lied to me and not told me they're online. Any raid recommendations? We'll take this party over to them. Preferably on supporting Pride Month at the moment, and or supporting TTRPG or other art streamers today. Anyone around that is on can recommend, and I'll go check them out. And get a little bit dusty, dirty. Okay, that's good. Straight up on the highest one. Oh. What's on the docket for Wednesday, right? Midweek. So it's too early to ask what's on for the weekend, but not early enough, not late enough to ask what the rest of the week has. It's like that weird middle ground, right? What's happening on the weekend? What'd you do last weekend? What's on the docket for the next 3 days? It could just be going to work. Oh, what's happening then? What you getting up to? Nice. I also have the Chalneth box. That was my Pathfinder purchase, and I sent the rest of the minis to Leia. I need to do all my Chalneth terrain one day. I love buying terrain and and I keep not painting it. Wednesday's the day to sigh and hold on to the weekend. I feel that. I can definitely empathize with that. I'm about to drive an hour and a half, but mind you, I love what I do. False equivalency there. You're not particularly fond of your job. Okay. This is looking pretty good. The only thing we really need to do is the boots and the leather. We'll start getting on that. Oh no, so the boots, the buckles, and the red. Sorry, I should say. But this is looking great. I'll take a photo of this and put it in the Discord as normal. And we can see a little progress update. I'll probably put it on Twitter as well. Oh, me too. That's why I need to leave in like 10 minutes. Because if I leave at 5, it takes me an hour and a half to get there instead of like 50 minutes. Just because I have to go across the West Gate and go on to blah, 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 and keep going down there. Ugh. Not great. It's just a fucking nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to take a photo of this. I don't think I'll be... Oh, who's on? Any recommendations for a raid? Otherwise, I'm just going to pop off. I'm really happy with how this is turning out, by the way, though. It's looking really nice. I'll get it in a different light as well, because this is very bright and makes everything shiny. But I'll see if I can make it a different angle when I take this next photo. Anyway, I'm going to go then. I'm going to have a little... pack my car and leave. And then I will be out of your hair. Anyway, thank you so much for everybody that has joined. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the new additions to the stream and the Discord. I hope you have a good time in there. Please post to your heart's content. Ellie, if I don't see you before you go to... Or if I don't hear from you before you go to New Zealand, I hope you have a wonderful trip in Auckland. I hope you do amazing things. Black Sword.
Someone's joined the cult of Yondala.
Thank you for joining the cult of Yondala and the follow. Tomorrow we've got our regular painting stream with Leia at 10 a.m. Australian Melbourne time, Eastern time, whatever it's called. We'll be continuing painting our Pride Marines for Fabulous Marines. And even though we have beaten the goal, my Saint 14 color scheme is, it's all sketched out now. But I want to finish Saint. And he's got I really want to. I want to finish these base coats tomorrow. And there's a whole ass banner I need to paint in the Ally Colors flag. And I will be doing that tomorrow on stream. So keep an eye out for that. I need to pretty much finish that off. So his helmet and his shotgun iconically are there. But until then, I'll see you next time. Thank you for painting me for this past hour and a half. I know it was a bit of a shorter one. And I will see... are you here, little gloves on? I got it, NATO. I'm literally about to leave. I'm so sorry. I gotta go to work. I gotta go my game. But I appreciate you for sticking in. I appreciate you popping in. Have you been printing? You here, little gloves on, printing? Don't do what I did, because I had a few ADHD breakdowns because I couldn't get it working properly. I need to get mine going again. I'm gonna go, though. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna leave in 7 minutes, and it'll be okay. Oh, you've been here? Okay. Well, thank you for having a little lurk. You never have to talk if you come in here. It's not mandatory that if anyone wants to come in, Black Sword, Ghost, you can lurk, you can do whatever. There's no, I generate enough thoughts in my head that I'll just keep talking. So if you want to just lurk, you are more than welcome to. All right, I'm gonna pop off. I'll see you later. I'm pressing the button now. I am stopping. I'll see you tomorrow. Would love to see you there for the next one. And we're going to paint some more queer Space Marines. It's going to be fantastic. Layers look so good. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. BBC could type. All right. Fair enough. Pull the lever, Kronk! Check this shit out!